Joining me right now is UFC featherweight Dennis Bermudez. Welcome to Kumite Radio.
Thanks for having me, brother.
For sure. You were saying that you just got back from Iraq. What were you doing out there?
I was working with it's called Pro Sports MVP, and they take it could be fighters, it could be volleyball players, comedians, or whatever. They help work with entertainment for the troops. So we went over there. Me, um, Diego Sanchez, Ashley Evans Smith, and Tom Lawler. Tom Lawler. We all went over there and put on clinics for the troops. We did one in Kuwait, and we did two in Iraq, one in Assad, and one in Taji.
How was that experience going over there? Is it still a war zone?
When we were at Assad, we were like, I think they said like 30 or 40 kilometers away from like where the action was going down. So I don't know, I'm like an adrenaline junkie, so I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, yeah. So we're like in the shit.
But really, realistically, you're in the green zone.
Yeah. We had so much, anytime we flew in a military plane, we were like escorted by either another plane that had badass weapons or the plane we were on had like 240s on it, like we were ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, it must have been have you been there before, or was it your first time?
My first time. So when they asked me if I wanted to do it, I was like, I'd never been, so, and I always like doing things for the troops, and because I had done one with them where they sent me, I was with Gray Maynard, Benson Henderson, and Carla Esparza, and they sent us over to like Spain and Italy, stuff like that. It was really fun. It was more like we taught a lot of clinics. We taught more clinics in that one, but we were able to have a few drinks and like we ate out a lot. Where time we stayed on base every time. We slept in like tents.
Mm-hmm.
We ate at the DFAC, which is like their cafeteria. So it was a little more like being in a soldier's shoes, which I thought was cool. I liked it.
Now let's get back to your last fight at UFC Charlotte. A lot of people believe it was a robbery. Now looking back at it, right? What is your opinion of the fight?
It's a tough pill to swallow, Not saying that it wasn't a close fight. I mean, Andre Philly was definitely a tough guy, but I think I clearly won, So it's just if I didn't have any kids or anything like that, I didn't have a house and stuff like that, like it wouldn't bother me as much as it does having a house and having kids and stuff like that, because like when I'm just caring about myself, it's I don't really need a lot to live on, but when I think about my kids and stuff like that, like I want to give them the world, so it's almost like the judges took money out of my took food out of my kids' mouths. So it's I don't know, it's just it sucks,
So you're on that show and like win bonus system then. That's the kind of contract that you have. So do you feel that type of contract is beneficial to fighters, or is it kind of like you're kind of like on the border with that situation?
I don't like it. I've spoken with a lot of fighters that have, I guess you could say, converted or whatever, that have gone over to Bellator, and they got solid, because I think at the end of the day, like no fighter is going to go in there and be like, you know what, whether I win or lose, like I'm still getting paid, like let me tap now. Like no, like we train our asses off to win. We train like we want to go in there and make light work of the other guy. So or maybe like I was thinking about like maybe if it was like a like 75-25 versus a 50-50 or even like an 80-20 or something like that. Like we're still gonna again try and get after it. Nobody wants to lose. I think all of us are in the sport to build a legacy and to say, you're the baddest, and the people that are okay with like being like, I was in the sport, like, yeah, you guys won't last long, and then you're out of here.
Yeah, at the level that you guys are fighting at, it's not like those guys are going out there and saying like, "Oh, today I'm just gonna take this ass beating for $100,000." You know what I mean? Like that does not cross your mind, especially when you have an 8-week camp, right?
Yeah, yeah. So another thing too is when we sign the contracts and we see the fight money, win money, like we as competitors and as like our kind of like, all right, I'm getting all that. It doesn't really process through our minds like I might only get half. Because if I thought I would get half, I wouldn't sign the contract. You know what I mean?
Mm.
If I thought I was going to lose, I wouldn't sign the contract to fight him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's I mean, it's cheaper for the UFC, for the boss,
Yeah, going back to the judging of that, right? Because like you said, the judging can kind of, deter someone's career, right? It can like put a big speed bump into someone's career by making these weird judging decisions. If you go back to the judging, it's 30-27, 28-29, 28-29. And the 30-27 is for you, which is
you're right.
weird.
Right.
Like come on, what are these guys watching? There's like one guy watching one fight and two other guys watching another fight. I don't do you
Yeah, so
understand the logic behind those scores?
no idea because none of the scores are the exact same. The first judge had Andre Feeling winning the first and second rounds,
Mhm.
and then me the third round. The second judge had me winning all 3 rounds, and then the third judge had Andre Feely winning the first round and the third round. Now the thing is, if me personally, if I'm to give Andre Feely any round that he won, it would be the second. And the third judge gave me the second over the other two. I don't know, my mind is just blown. Like in the third period, a blind man could have tell I've won that fight.
For sure,
Well,
a lot of people agree.
at least that round.
Yeah.
And how that judge gave him that third round, I don't get it.
Yeah, now because of that, you've had two tough split decision losses back to back, to top guys. It's not like you fought like, dudes in the like rank 50 or something like that. You're
No,
fighting the best dudes in the world and it's coming down to the wire, right? Now, what is your like view of the future now since you are riding a 3-fight losing streak?
um, you've really caught me in like a weird time, because if you had, and I've been telling people this, if you like 2, 3 years ago, if someone asked me, I've got $100,000 job for you, like here you go, would I take it? No,
Mhm.
I'd be like, fuck off, dude. I'm gonna be a UFC world champion, and I'll make way more than that. I mean, now after this series of events, it's like it you know, might be worth it at this point in time. I mean, like I put, my heart and soul into this thing, and I got in the last 6 months, I've had two guys go, "You didn't win." Was lost me $100,000.
Mhm.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck, man. I guess you could look at the other end of the spectrum, like, it's hard. Like, I'm trying to win every aspect of the fight. I guess what I'm saying is I could be careless and try to just fucking throw haymakers, I guess,
Mhm.
and get a knockout, But that's not the game plan for me. The game plan. I'm trying to win every aspect of every second of every fight, So it's not like I stopped fighting. So and it'd be dumb for me to go out there and try to just knock a guy out strictly, Um, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna keep training and keep getting after it, and I don't question my ability to be the best still. I'll fight both those guys I lost to in the same night tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like one after the other, and I'll win. You know, um, I think both those guys know that like they really lucked out. Like they didn't win those fights. So I don't want to be bitter, but sucks. It's one of those. You know, um, but I'm not gonna hang on to them. I'm gonna just keep on moving forward and just try to get better. I think that's the answer to all life's problems and solutions is just keep pushing forward. Because when you sit there and dwell, it it weighs on you. So kind of keep moving forward. Those two guys, Christmas came early for them, um, and just get ready and get better and just make it so the chances of it ever happening again is very, very slim to none. So
Are you gonna get back in there quickly, or do you plan on taking a little bit of time off and getting some training in somewhere else? What's going on?
I'm definitely hungry. Um, I do want to go and stay in shape and stuff like that because I get asked to go to other gyms and train with other guys and stuff like that. I'm like, no, like let me get in shape and then I'll come, and then when I get in shape, it's because I'm getting ready for a fight, so I want to stay in relatively good shape because I don't want to go to someone else's gym and like not fucking and suck, it's like, well, I think I get beaten. So yeah, so stay in relatively good shape and for me that's just like pretty much eating cleaner, um and yeah, they get some cross training, and I want to get up to the UFC Performance Institute and see what my numbers are over there and stuff like that. Check that out. My boy Ryan the Flair is fighting in April,
Mhm.
so I'll be helping him get ready for his fight. And then in terms of for me, I think I would like to fight. Is there a Hawaii card coming up in June?
I don't think so, but there's rumblings of a Hawaii card coming up later this year.
I heard there was a Hawaii card in June.
Hmm.
And I think June. I'll fight in June. I think June would be a nice time to throw down. It gives me enough time to kind of regather. Spend some quality time with my kids. Um, yeah, and just get fucking strong and stay in shape. Get my weight down a little bit. So also, my younger brother is getting stationed in. He's in the Coast Guard.
Hmm.
So right now, Miami. His next unit is going to be in Hawaii, and I think he moves out there around June. So that'd be cool if I could double up. Like go out there a week early, hang out with my brother, cut weight, fight, hang out a week after, and enjoy Hawaii on like the UFC's dollar.
For
Like the
sure, you
flight.
could take your whole family out there, right?
Yeah,
That'd be a
yeah,
nice little vacation.
for sure, for sure.
Now, I wanted to turn the topic to Mario Yamasaki because that's like a hot topic right now. I know you are a guy that fights full on pressure. You never give up, right? When you see a fight like the Valentina Shevchenko fight where Mario Yamasaki didn't, stop the fight and just let it go and continue, and a lot of people were criticizing him for that. What is your viewpoint on that?
I like it. Me personally, I know when I fought the Korean Zombie, like he dropped me and I was looking for a leg and stuff like that, and it happened to be the ref's leg, but like my head was down. I was just grabbing for any leg. It wasn't
Mhm.
like I was like I don't know where I am, like. And then I looked at him and I was like, really, dude? This is. He's like, yeah. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, And like, I think they see it, and like when a fighter, like you said, puts on 8 weeks of training, and like, dude, and the thing is also like, how many fights have you seen me get fucking completely like almost pretty much knocked out, like dropped in the worst way, and then I come back and win,
Yeah.
come back and win every time, and then you're gonna stop on the main event of Super Bowl weekend, you're gonna make me. Me personally, dude, because when I get ready to fight, I prepare to die. If you're not afraid of death when you go out there to fight, you're not afraid to get punched in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I get out there and I get ready to fight, like I'm prepared to die. I'm cool with it, And yeah, like I'll die for that money. I'll die for that honor. I'm going out on my shield, like when something gets called like that, for me personally, let my eyes roll in the back of my head. That's me. I think I speak for a lot of fighters with that.
Yeah,
I
I think so
to
too.
the commission and to some fans, they're like, "That's a little brutal," Well, I'm like, all right, dude, shut it off then,
Well, that's the sport, right? We
Right.
gotta be realistic. The sport is brutal. It's not a sport that, you could put Nerf around it, right? And then
Yeah.
go at it. It's just that's how it is, right? We gotta realize that. And like you said earlier, that's an interesting something that you brought up that's interesting is that you were grabbing a leg and your head was down. I think a lot of fights where the fighter gets dropped and they're going for the leg and it's the ref's leg, but their head is down because they're trying to grab and kind of recover, right? And I think that's kind of an illusion people see. It's like, oh, he was out, he's grabbing the ref's leg. Do you think that's kind of a misconception of, what people view?
Um. Yeah. Yeah. I think. Well, I mean, I've seen somewhere like, ooh, that guy's in a bad place, and he's just like, he's not home. You
Hmm.
know. Um. But then, I mean, my head was on the ground. I was fucking trying to cut the corner and everything. And as soon as I felt like, hey, like it's done, like but like I'm talking about when like a guy grabs a ref's legs and the ref has to like legit sprawl and like try to completely get away because the guy's trying to finish a takedown. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a little,
Yeah,
but
it's.
I get what the referee's job is. That's why I
Mhm,
don't get like that's why I don't beat them up when they
mhm.
call a fight. It's because they're just trying to do their job, and their job is to make sure everyone's safe. That's their job. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know, and I've had conversations with like Donna Cruz and some other fighters. Like when you're back there now in the and you have the referees meeting in the locker room, like tell them like, yo, dude, you've seen me get dropped before. Like I keep fighting. Like let me fight. Like let
Mhm.
me go out on my shield. So that might have been a conversation that Mario um and that and Valentina may have had.
Mhm.
And you know,
Possibly, possibly. I think that communication is key, even with the referees and the fighters, right? Now, I wanted to talk about your Guinness World Record stuff because I heard that you're going for another Guinness World Record. Is that true?
um, yeah, but I have to start training for it. I haven't tried it, but they're really gross. It's like drink 500 milliliters of ketchup in like I think it's like under 29 seconds. Which like, I like ketchup on my burgers. I don't like drinking it. Then the other one is drink like 300 milliliters of ketchup in like 9 seconds or something like that. And then the last one is to drink a liter of a frozen beverage in under a minute.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You
So,
are going for some incredible feats right there.
because I have a Guinness Book of World Record, right? If I had two, like that'd be badass. Okay, here's just a couple of my Guinness Book of Records.
Do you have the plaque at home?
Yeah, I'll show it to you right now.
All right.
It's in my it's in the Menace cave. So this is the Menace cave right here. So we get our fitness on. I'm home. This is my little computer setup. And it is how do I flip this thing around again? Oh, here we go.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
So, I guess having two or three or even four of those would be nice on that wall, right?
Yeah. I'm in a book, dude. I'm in a hardcover book.
For sure. Now, before I let you go, I know some people that know you from college, and I heard that you were the Menace in college. Also, you earned that name. Can you give us a story? PG-13 story of you being a menace.
Uh, okay, okay. So I was a freshman in college, and I had gone home and brought home my airsoft gun from like I had like in high school, and so I go in the other wrestling guys' rooms and I like put them. I'm like, give me your Gatorade. Like I legit like hands up, give me your Gatorade. Like dude, no, stop. Like bro, give me your Gatorade before I shoot you. Like pop. Like all right, take a Gatorade. Like all right. So I had this gun, but no one could defend against it. So they all started buying guns. Then we were up at the field house on Halloween doing a workout, and it was late. It was like 9 o'clock. So we were leaving the field house. Like, there's nobody up here. Like, we should totally play airsoft up here. So the next day, a few more guys bought some guns. So we had, I think it was like 3-on-3 airsoft war, and we put on all of our sweats and stuff like that. And because it was the day after Halloween, there was like face paint for like half off. So like some of us had our faces painted, and we played airsoft in the in the field house. But like we were so excited to do it, we did like probably like an hour earlier, and a group was like going down the hall, and a basketball coach saw them, and it was like, oh shit, like the field house is being robbed. So he calls the police. And I kick open the locker room door. I'm like, and I hear freeze, like guns drawn, flashlight underneath the gun. I'm like, oh, I like try putting my gun like in my waistband, and like what? Like what are you talking about? They like slammed me and my buddy up against the wall, like handcuffed us, brought us down to the police station, took mug shots. Now I have the ultimate warrior. Like, pain. I'm getting mug shots. So then I was on like probation for the rest of the year. And yeah, that's
Hey, you still got that picture?
No, they never gave it to me, dude.
That's a picture you need to go get.
Took the guns and everything. Let me back this story up a little bit.
All right.
Because airsoft guns can be black with an orange tip, and they look pretty real. These guns were all clear, shooting clear bullets. Like a tinted green bullet. It's bullshit. That's it.
Well, Dennis, thank you for your time, man. I know it's late over there.
Early.
Hopefully you get back. Yeah, early. Hopefully you get back into action in Hawaii by June this summer. And I'll be talking to you soon, man.
Sounds good, bro.